Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your #1 podcast. Welcome. You already know this is Melly Mel, your host on the #1 podcast, already Unapologetic. Is in the building. Man, I got my boy in the building for the second time. He turned up another level, y'all. So I don't know if you haven't been following, and you just new to the show. When I first began, he was one of the first interviewers that I've done on Unapologetic. And we're going to come back with a second round, bigger and better, more to say, more gems to drop. And of course, I'm gonna try to get some information out of them that you know how they be, man. So y'all, I'm gonna give y'all everything and then some extra. But please get your hands together for the one and only JR Gray in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to the people. What's up, bro?
Man, entertainment are us. What's up, man?
Man, working hard.
That's an understatement. That's a real big understatement, man, because I've been seeing you in Texas. You've been going to Cali. You know, you all over the East Coast, the South. We about to touch the South again. So I want to give the people a little background, you know, of how it started with you. I know we went over it before, and I'll make sure I put that clip in the description, man. But just to give, you know, just a fresher course, man, because you started, just to start you off, you started doing like house parties or something like that.
No, not house parties. It was more, I started off at the Elks.
Okay.
You know, so I went to house parties. That gave me the idea. But
okay, yeah, I know something like that.
Yeah. It was the Elks Charity Lodge. The former Elks here in Muskegon was shut down a few years ago, a little bit over 5-6 years ago.
Right.
I started in there doing the cooking in the kitchen, and I always been a people person. You know, my brother and I always said I talk too much. And it was not that I didn't talk, I talked too much, it's the fact that I just didn't know how to talk in certain ways, and I just didn't have a time limit on my mouth. But I got it together, I think, man. You know, I'm getting it together. You know?
Right.
Start off at the Elks, had a vision one day in the kitchen. I said, I want to come out, I want to do my own party. I told the chairman, the grand poobah, as they called him, that I wanted to do it, and they allowed me to try it. First party was a horrible success. Horrible. You see, I still say success.
Yeah,
horrible success. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it didn't go the way I planned. It was barely people. When I told them, I came back and said, hey, I'm not gonna give up. Give me 1 month. I'm gonna try it again. Gathered my team together, found some people that wanted to see me win. Right. I remember that part. You gotta get people who want to see you win, and came back, and I started the trend and the company and the brand of YOLOs that turned into JR Gray Designs Entertainment.
Man,
ever since
YOLOs.
then,
yeah, bro.
That
takes you back when you think about it, don't it?
It
takes you back. But from that jumping off the porch moment, man, did you see yourself being in the midst of like big time celebrities, artists, producers like you are now?
I dreamt it. I might have seen it in my, like I was talking about, my subconscious, and I knew by ways I had a strategy that I had to do it in order to get there. But did I see it like this? No, I ain't gonna lie to you. And every day I wake up, it's a reminder that how blessed I am to be able to be in the field that I am in, because I still live a humble life. I don't, take it for granted. I work hard, and I put my mind into a place where I know I need to keep getting to it. But when I say to see myself here like this right now and knowing where I'm going,
right,
man, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I know all things are possible.
Yeah. Y'all see him smiling, y'all. He ain't lying, bro. It's a blessing, man. The consistency is real. But now I want to get down to, because I just got so many questions, bro. So your first tour was what?
My first tour was All-Star Legend of Hip Hop. It was Juvenile, Scarface, 8 Ball, MJG,
Legend. Ooh.
Trina, Trick
Yep.
Daddy, Spice One, the Lunes, DJ Quick, Warren G. And these are all, they all switched in and switched out depending on what placement we were at. But
Right.
that was my very first one that I was a part of as far as with the marketing and some hosting. And that went on for about 2.5 years, on and off. And it was just in the midst of that, just being in amongst the legends and people that we listened to growing up in the 90s and 2000s, man.
Yeah.
It's a shocker, you know what I'm saying? It's still unbelievable because at times I sit up and I just go through my phone, like, you know, memories come up. I'm like, man, I forgot I was out so many shows. I'll be like, man, I forgot the post. I forgot the post. I forgot the post that I was
Man,
with.
you gotta do a throwback Thursday, man. On something.
Man, I got so much content for Throwback Thursdays. I'm gonna start doing it. Thank you. I'm gonna put it on my calendar.
Yeah, man, you got to. Because I remember seeing you on Instagram, man. Matter of fact, I was just looking at it. He's on Instagram, y'all, with the legendary Cedric the Entertainer, man.
Yeah,
You hear me? Said the Entertainer. Man, how was that experience?
Man, it was Grand Rapids 2000, I believe. Was it 18 or 19? Might have been even 17. I'm not sure. But that was my first time meeting Sid. We did Sid at the DeVos Hall. It was him, I believe. It was him and a few other openers. I can't recall, but I remember that time Sid was so cool. He allowed me to get on FaceTime with my family. He cracking jokes, hanging out with us.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah. My sister Siobhan Savage got a chance to talk to him on FaceTime, and then that was one of the coolest events that we had that I've been a part of because it's, you know, if you like me, you know, Kings of Comedy is a historical movie inside the Black community. You know what I'm saying? We say quotes to this day. You know what I'm saying? But you get white meat. Black people they turn on their music when they parallel park and Tata Delicious. You know, all that stuff. You know, all that stuff. And then to fast forward about 2 months ago, it was me, Sid, a couple cats that I work with down in Atlanta. We all chilling, hanging out at this place in Atlanta downtown, right by Lenox Mall. We all just kicking it, hanging out, chopping it up. And I brought that up. He's like, man, that was you with. I said, yeah, man. He said, we've been hanging around. You know, you get in them circles, you don't want to just always, hey, I'm. You know what I'm saying?
Like
but if the conversation presents itself, then you say, he was like, man, I was looking at you trying to figure out where I know you from, JR. And I was like, well, you know, I did this with you. And he said, yeah, that was a great show. Grand Rapids. Yep. So, bro, but that was an amazing show, man. That was one of my first one of my many first shows that I say when I was kind of getting off the stage fright and getting to become my own as a brand and understanding what it is in show business, how elite you have to be when it comes to dealing with certain artists and their craft. And I took notes, and believe it or not, man, it's been a consistent learning experience just from those individuals. So each show that I've done, I've always picked up formative advice, whether they said it or whether I watched it, where the stage hand, where the stage management, what did the audience like? What did that audience look like? What was our target? Did we reconcile with the ticket numbers? And how does that correlate during the time period of the year? And so I put all that stuff together. My mind always making me ready because I eventually want to put on my own individual show instead of necessarily producing for others and helping others, you know, create and curate theirs. I gather all this information up all the time so that I can be able to, you know what I'm saying, do it when it's my time. So I've been real patient, man, but, you know, Cedric Entertainer and, you know, nephew Tommy, I'm just thinking about the comedians, Lavelle Crawford, DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, like all those people that I've worked with, you know, that do stand up, because the stand up is personal craft.
Right.
It's different from having a soundtrack and hits, because you can but when you have to stand up in front of people and make them laugh for 59, 79, $120 tickets, not including the hotel, the time your wife got to get dressed, the outfit,
Right. You got to get those
drinks,
nice
food,
rentals.
the whole, because there's a lifestyle that comes to you and you have to entertain them. And people don't understand that. You know, a lot of times we get so geeked that, hey, we want to do our own show and do all this and this. But you got to remember, a person comes out and spends not only on that ticket, but they spend for a whole day and a half trying to prepare. You know, women might get their hair done the day before just to get that. That's $200, 300 nails, toes, get the kids babysitted.
Man.
You know, everything priorities to be able to come see you. So that's one of the things I know I'm kind of going off track, but I keep in my mind. Even I learned that all from Muskegee, from my black ties, my other parties that I've had, that people spend up to 3 days, a whole week preparing to come to your thing on one day. You know what I'm saying? So for those 3 hours, it's really, you know, it's really what, how many hours in a week? I don't want to say my world math,
man,
but over 70, you know what I'm saying? Over 180 hours just to come to you. And so you have to really take care of what you say you're going to do and really produce what it is. And I've tried to become a perfectionist in that sight when it comes to giving quality over quantity. And if quantity comes, that's when you know you're really doing well. But yeah, man, that's one of the perks of learning from people who've been in the game. And I've been blessed. Like I was thrown. I didn't have necessarily small shows when I started. Like all my training ground was the Elks, and then I got through into the B and C and A-list celebrity shows. Like my first show was Joe at the Frauenthal.
At the Frauenthal?
At the Frauenthal. That was my first show. Yep, back in 2013, I believe it was. It was Stop the Violence. They did, and it was a whole gang of artists, and then they ended it with Joe. And that was my very first show that I ever did at the Frauenthal. Shout out to the people that brought it. I was young. I was just happy I didn't get paid like that, like I get paid now. But I was just happy to be a part of it. But it was. I call that paying your dues. You know what I'm saying? Paying your dues and having an enlightenment of, you know, that I can do this, and I seen what it took to be able to be in that formation of entertainment.
That's big, man. Your first show was Joe.
Yeah, first show was Joe.
Man, you talking about
and watch this. My last show I just had was Joe. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so
that tells you
the waves that you've been riding, man. It seems like you're able to read the current now a lot better, as far as like the room. And so, if I'm a upcoming promoter and whatnot, what would be some of one of the main, well, 3 of the main keys of what you do as a promoter and manager?
As far as promotions, let's break those both. Let's break those.
Separate them. Promoter.
Separate. So as far as a promoter, being able to, first of all, you got to know your audience and know your location and know your language. When I say language, meaning how to present that to people, how to present it to the right area, and how to make sure that the team, meaning the artist, the production, everything can correlate that so they all become one for an enjoyable night. So the biggest thing is to really understanding your craft. Don't be afraid to ask questions, be informative. Like one of the biggest things I did, I ran so fast, but I was trying out so many things until something stuck to the wall, you know? And I said, okay, that's what attracted this. Like it's not a hard science, it's literally hard work. And then once you get the hard work in place, then you just start figuring out how to work smarter, not harder, because everything has a solution. You know what I'm saying? They teach you how to do long division a certain way, when in all actuality, you might see somebody from China show you 3 steps how to do that same 15 steps.
Right, yeah.
To get the answer, but you can do it in 3 steps and give you the same answer. You just don't have to show all the problems.
Exactly.
And so, you know, learning how to do both and save time is such a mismanagement that we have in the entertainment industry. And I literally have been pursuing perfection, which is not a thing that you can do, but perfection meaning getting something down pat and just looking at variable ways to keep doing it in a less stressful environment so you can get the people what they want. You know, one of the things is you cannot be afraid to be in the marketing and promotion game. So like that was one of my things, man. I've been laughed at, I've been, you know, stood up on, played, shows canceled. I got something getting canceled now, an event down in Atlanta that, you know, it comes with the territory. And you know, you can't let that stuff get you down. When people don't show up to your events, you get, all right, bet. That's what it is. Don't take it personal. You just gotta be like, okay, it's their money. And I'm just happy that, you know, so I have a strategic plan. So just in case, I treat every show, every event as if nobody's ever heard of me. Nobody wants to see my show. Nobody cares about the artists or the ABC. I treat it like that. What do I need to do to convince these people to spend their hard-earned money that they're getting, you know, bi-weekly, per week, or any way that they get it? How can I convince them that they got to be at this show, that it's worth their time? And 3, how can I get them to sit through it and give me a great review? You know what I'm saying?